So we've been talking about how, practically speaking, life groups are important. Last week we talked about how you have a need, how being connected is so much more than a nice idea. It's actually essential. This week we're going to talk about how you have a perspective. Others grow when you give it, you grow when you receive it. Think of this. If I were to get up and walk across the room and back and ask you, can somebody show me how I walked? A couple of you could probably get up and mimic how I walked. And I might think, no, that's not how I walk. And everybody else is like, no, that's totally how you walk. You see, everybody else in the room has access to something that I do not. And that is a three-dimensional perspective of me. But if I allow you to speak into my life, my walk, then I now have access to a perspective that I could not have had on my own. In that same example of me walking across the room, at some point I would have had my back turned to somebody. I would have been in a vulnerable place. But if I never took the risk, then I would never gain the reward of true connection. And I actually think in a life group, it's a little bit different than a person walking around the room and everyone giving their opinion, and a lot more like walking through life and giving each other a hand when we need it most. You see, here's where the practical part comes in. You have a perspective that you can give and others can grow, but you also have a perspective that needs to grow. It needs to be challenged. It needs to be changed at some times and needs to develop into something better. If you ever stop growing, then you start dying. But you have the opportunity to be part of a three-dimensional growth. You grow, they grow, we all grow. I challenge you to never stop growing. And we'll see you next time.